Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live podcast by Fascinating World of Gender, Language, and Social Media. I am Maria, together with my co host.
And I'm your co host, Claudine. Today, we're exploring how gender influences communication styles and language used in the context of social media and society. It's a topic that touches on so many aspects of our daily lives.
Absolutely, Clau. Let's start by looking at the differences in communication between men and women. One interesting aspect is the balance between independence and intimacy in conversation. So, like for example, um, there's a group of male colleagues discussing a project. Each person asserts their ideas and opinions clearly. Have you noticed how men and women tend to navigate this differently?
Yes, more. I've also seen how women or us like this intimacy communication with us as women is that we need someone to share our personal experience that are willing to listen to what we feel right. So we seek support and help during our difficult times, so we aim to strengthen our bond and connection for them.
Another interesting aspect is report talk versus rapport talk. Men typically engage in report talk, which involves conveying information directly and or share knowledge.
Yes, definitely. Men often engage in what's called report talk, which focuses on conveying information, asserting status, and achieving independence through conversation. On the other hand, women often engage in rapport talk, which emphasizes building connections, sharing experiences, and fostering intimacy.
Right. It's like men are more focused on the contest aspect of conversation, establishing their position, while women lean towards building community and solidarity through rapport. Gender also influences language use in various ways.
Exactly. Another intriguing difference is in how men and women use language. For instance, men might avoid eye contact as a way to assert dominance or status during conversation. So, whereas women tend to use eye contact to establish connection and demonstrate attentiveness.
It's interesting how these subtle differences in nonverbal cues can impact our interactions. Meanwhile, women typically use eye contact to show attentiveness and build connection during conversation. They use language for foster solidarity, seeking common ground and understanding. When conflicts arise, women may address them to maintain relationships and resolve issues.
And when it comes to conflict, there's a divergence too. Men might engage in competitive banter or even physical play as a form of bonding, whereas women might approach conflict more cautiously, focusing on preserving relationships.
These differences play out not only in face to face interaction, but also in how we communicate on social media platforms. Have you observed any specific trends there?
Absolutely, social media has its own set of norms and dynamics, and gender influences how people navigate these spaces. Women often use social media for community building, sharing personal experiences, and supporting each other, while men might use it more for status updates or sharing achievements.
It's fascinating how these gender dynamics persist across different communication channels. As we wrap up, what key takeaways would you highlight for our listeners?
I'd say it's important to recognize and appreciate these differences in communication styles. Understanding how gender influences language and social interactions can lead to more effective communication and richer relationships.
Absolutely. By acknowledging and respecting these differences, we can create more inclusive and supportive environments both online and offline.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening discussion of gender, language, and social media.
Tune in the next time for another go provoking episode. Until then, Stay curious and keep the conversation going.
Bye, everyone.